Wednesday, the 14th, we're on full body, and this one is all reps. So there is no rounds, it's all for reps. So you're doing goblet squats, Supermans, reverse plank hold with knee tucks, and push-ups, all for reps, okay? So, and luckily for you guys, I know we have push-ups twice this week. Most people, though, are not going to do Monday's workout and Wednesday's workout, so you're probably not going to do them twice. And I don't think they're... Oh, no, just kidding. We have them in week 4, too. So you have 3 opportunities to get some push-ups in this month, okay? So, goblet squat. Weight in front of you. Superman. Both arms and legs are going up and down. Reverse plank hold with knee tucks. And, oh yeah, push-ups. I'm not going to show you because I'll explain it again in a minute. So, 4 reps. So that means you are picking how many you want to do between 50 and 100 for each exercise. It doesn't have to be the same for every exercise, but you have to have a number for each one. So it could be 60, it could be 80, 80, 60, 60, something like that. It doesn't have to match, but you can't move on until you've completed all your reps. So if you pick 80 goblet squats, you have to finish all 80 before moving on to Supermans. Then you need to finish all your Supermans before moving on to your reverse plank, then finish all your knee tucks before you move on to push-ups, okay? So that's how 4 reps works. You have to do all of that one before moving on. Now, with that being said, I obviously do not expect you to do all of your reps at once. So if you pick 50 and you did all of them at one time with no rest, you need to do 100, okay? So you should have to stop at some point and rest. Now, some people, because they get intimidated and they want to make it seem easier to their mind, they will say, okay, I'm going to pick 80 and I'm going to do 20, 20, 20, 20. You can do that, but I don't particularly recommend it. It's not wrong if you do it that way, but the point of doing something 4 reps is to do whatever that exercise is until failure, basically. So when you finish this, you should be like, I am done with those and I'm never doing them again, okay? So if you space out your reps in your rests, you're not going to be as fatigued as if you just kind of go for it, okay? So what I mean by that is, if I pick 100, what I'm usually gonna do is I'm gonna start off doing as many as I can. So I might get to 48 goblet squats or something like that, okay? And then I'm gonna take a rest. And then I'm just gonna start again. And I might land at 68 this time. Then I'm just gonna start again. And that's how I do it, because I'm truly trying to fatigue myself. So I don't count, like, I might say in my head, like, okay, I'm gonna get to 10 this time, or I'm gonna do this many more, but I don't plan out how many I'm doing, and I don't plan out my rest, okay? If you do have to do it that way to get through it, then go for it. But if you're more advanced, I would not do it that way. Okay, so goblet squats, we have talked about, I believe, even goblet squats before, or maybe it was the front rack, maybe it was both. We might have talked about both. I think we did, because I think I remember talking about holding the weight, okay? So you're holding the weight in front of your body. Some people hold it out here. I literally let it rest on my chest, and you're just doing your weighted squat, okay? So you want to remember not to let the weight drag you down forward. You shouldn't be rounding your back when you come down, okay? You should be nice and straight and just dropping your butt. If you have to tap and go, you can tap and go. If you have to do a full sit, you can do a full sit with your goblet squat. Supermans. I think we did single ones, if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes I get confused because I film my Tuesday Tabata to post on my social media, and then I also sometimes am filming these at the same time, and I get them confused on what is what. So I don't know if we did the single Supermans or not, but these are the regular Supermans. So both your arms and your feet come off the ground at the same time. So you're on your stomach, Everything is outstretched and you're just gonna lift, okay? So I'm lifting my arms and my legs off the ground, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift, down. Now, if you've never done these before, they're gonna feel really awkward and you might feel like you're not lifting very high off the ground. That is fine. That's not the point. The point of these is you're working all of the muscles on the back of your body, which we never do, which is why you don't do anything like Superman's in real life. You never are going to be working all those muscles at the same time unless you're like maybe swimming like a swimmer or you're doing Superman's. Like there's really no other way. So, because in life, most things we do is forward, picking stuff up, bending down, lifting, overhead. We're never like doing this in real life. So it's gonna be very awkward. You're definitely gonna feel it in your lower back. So if your lower back is feeling sore and you are being very aware of your lower back when you're doing these, that is normal. If you are getting a sharp pain, if it hurts to the point where you don't think you can keep doing it, that is not normal. Stop doing it, and you're either just gonna stop there or you can come up with something else on your own, but it shouldn't be painful. It might feel sore. You might, like I said, be just very aware, like, oh my God, I can really feel like my back muscle working, but it should not be painful. Reverse plank hold with knee tucks. Okay, I feel like the toughest part about this one is figuring out what to do with your hands. So some people put their hands like this. Sometimes I do them outwards. Some people do them this way. I don't know. Whatever feels like the most comfortable for you, but you're going to basically be in a reverse plank. So instead of a high plank where we're this way, we're now the opposite way and we're pressing up, okay? So you press your body up and then you lift your knee, lift your opposite knee. Knee in, 2, 3, 4. So clearly you have to pick an even number with this one. So you make sure that you lift each leg the same number of times. And then just rest when you go down. But again, I feel like this is always the weirdest part, or like it can be the most uncomfortable part if you have bad wrists or your palms or whatever. It might feel weird. I don't know if it would be worth it. Sometimes, like when my wrist was really bothering me and I would do like push-ups or anything, I would have to do it gripping a weight because I couldn't put the pressure on a flat palm. But I could grip. So I don't know if that would even work for these. It does. That actually even feels better. So I guess you could do that if you have a smaller dumbbell, or just making sure like it's not going to be too like weird or in the way. Like these are a 5-pound, these actually work great. You can hold on to those and it takes the pressure off of pushing like this on your flat palm. So usually when people have wrist issues, it's going to be like this part of their palm that hurts when they do things like a high plank or push-ups. So when you wrap, instead of flat pressing, it takes the pressure off of that area. And then lastly, we have push-ups. So I did just talk about these, but if you didn't do Mondays and you didn't see the demo video, I'm gonna just recap it really quickly. Your options are kneel off of a height. Make sure you drop your hips so you're on the front of your knee, not on the middle of your kneecap. Down, up. High plank off of a height. Regular kneeling push-up. And then your most advanced is your regular push-up. So you can make your feet a little bit wider than normal. Make sure that your butt is not piked. It's not sunken. It's nice and neutral. Everything lifts and returns at the same time, okay? So again, these are 4 reps. You're not doing rounds. You're not doing them back to back and then starting over. You have to finish each one, the number of reps that you choose, before moving on to the next one.